This morning, my chest unclenched 2 steps before my mind knew why. If you have 5 minutes and a pair of feet, you already have a practice that can soften panic and sharpen what matters. Welcome to the Self-Care Cafe. I'm Pami Parker. Here at the cafe, we take a gentle pause from the busyness of life and gather around conversations that nourish the heart, mind, and spirit. Today's tiny offering, a portable 5 to 10 minute reflective walk you can do between meetings, before a hard conversation, or when the day feels too heavy. I'm delighted to welcome Dr. Mira Santos, a somatic therapist and walking practice guide who helps women use movement to anchor tough transitions. Mira, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Pami. It's really lovely to be here with you and with everyone listening.
Tell us briefly, how did walking enter your life as practice and then into your work? I came to it through a messy life change, a divorce and a big move. My mind was on a loop, and sitting made the loop louder. Walking gave me a way to interrupt that loop. 2 steps in, I could feel my chest unclench. Over time, those small moments built a thread of steadiness I could follow through tougher days.
I'm hearing a quiet miracle, Mira, but some listeners will hear 5 minutes and think that won't cut it. How do you answer that?
That's a fair question. It doesn't replace deeper therapy or long rituals, but it's a reliable microhabit. 5 minutes repeatedly can change how the nervous system responds and how we notice ourselves. Tiny, steady shifts that add up.
And we're not saying this from thin air. Studies on brief movement interventions show measurable drops in perceived stress within 10 minutes. Link in show notes. Practically speaking, Mira, after a week of 2 daily 5-minute walks with clients, what did you notice?
One clear change was how decisions stopped feeling like a life or death moment. For example, a client named Layla began calling her word next instead of never. She reported less tightness in her chest, fewer spiraling nights, and more small choices that moved her forward. The change was subtle but steady.
I love that phrase, next instead of never. Okay, let's do something practical. Would you like to guide a short micro walk with me? You can step in place, walk a few paces, or gently move while seated.
Yes, I'll invite 3 simple anchors: breath, 1 steady sensation in the body, and a single word that names a value or intention.
If you're driving, pause and find a safe spot before trying this. Otherwise, soften your gaze and let your hands rest where they feel natural. Begin with 2 slow breaths. Inhale through the nose, let the belly rise. Exhale a little longer and feel your shoulders drop.
Now start to move. Small steps in place are perfect. Notice the sensation where your foot meets the floor, the gentle rebound of your heel, the tiny transfer of weight. If you're seated, lift the heels, then the toes, feeling the shift.
As you move, pick out 1 steady sensation, the weight in your feet, warmth in your palms, or the coolness of air at your nostrils. Name it silently or aloud. Let it be a simple anchor.
Now bring a single word into mind, a value or intention like steadiness, clarity, softness, or courage. Don't overthink. Let the one that lands be enough.
With each step, breathe your word in. Inhale, feel its meaning settle in your ribs. Exhale, let go of tension that resists it. If thoughts distract you, notice them like clouds and come back to the feet and the word. Keep this rhythm, feet, breath, a steady sensation, and your word for a little while. If impatience shows up, notice it and name it. I'm noticing impatience. Then return to your anchors without judgment. When you feel ready, slow your steps and come to stillness. Take 3 grounding breaths and notice any small shift,
a softer jaw, a clearer thought, or a sense of what matters next. For many people, the change is subtle, a loosened tightness, a thought that no longer pulls so hard, or a value that becomes visible enough to guide action. Those little signals become invitations to try something different.
I want to hold a couple of practical notes. 1, this won't fix a crisis on its own, but it gives you a small pause to steady the hour. 2, if weather, safety, or mobility make walking hard, use the same sequence seated. Root your feet, shift weight, breathe, and bring the word into the body.
And a few quick variations. On grief days, shorten it and be tender. Before a decision, give it an extra minute to let the felt sense settle. For consistency, pair the walk with a daily cue, after key, on a work break, or before bed.
Can you share one brief example of the practice shifting something concrete for someone you worked with?
Layla is a good example. Stuck after leaving a long career, she started 2 short walks a day. Over weeks, her relationship to the word next changed. It went from terrifying to curious. She made several small choices she'd avoided before, and each step built more trust in herself. That steady accumulation is exactly what keeps us moving when big changes feel overwhelming. Before we close, any quick troubleshooting tips for listeners who try this and get impatient or distracted?
Start with curiosity, not performance. Name distractions without judgment. There's impatience. And bring attention back. If it feels hard, shorten the walk to 1 minute. Consistency matters more than length. And pair the walk with a tiny ritual, like a sticky note with your word.
Thank you, Mira. As a final kindness, if this felt too small, give it permission to be small. Tiny practices steady big lives. For resources, printable prompts, a seated version, and a gentle 7-day walking challenge, visit our website.
You can also find short audio walks and resources at my site, mirasantoswellness.com. Thank you for having me, Pami.
Thank you for listening. Visit selfcarecafe.com to download printable prompts, join the gentle 7-day walking challenge, and find the seated and low mobility variations of today's practice. Come as you are. Leave nourished.